Hello everyone, my name is Parth Gopani and I will be presenting my presentation on diamonds from the earth. Let's quickly go through the topics that I'm going to discuss. First, I'll talk about the company goals, mineral resources, the country and the impact. Secondly, we'll go through the mining process. We will talk about the type of mineral resources, the type of mine and its impacts. Moving on, we will discuss the process of mining resources, which would describe about mining location, uh, the environmental fallout, and the related impacts. Finally, to conclude, we will talk about our efforts and environmental regulations. Fine, and at the end, we would go through a conclusion again, followed by the references. So let's get started. Going over our company goals, the first goal that we have is to make profit without disturbing environmental cycle and do it in a sustainable way. Secondly, we want to use the state of the art technologies to make sure that the work that we are carrying out is easier to do and we are able to do it in an efficient way. Finally, our focus is to grow a sustainable production, which delivers to our commitment for excellence and values for developing our employees. Okay, so the mineral resource that we have chosen is diamond. Diamond is just a chunk of coal that did well under pressure. So the reasons behind why we chose diamond as a mine is first of all it brings the large revenue. Diamonds can produce a large number of revenue, which can ultimately benefit the government to provide better healthcare, better education to the local communities as well. Secondly, it would increase employment. In the retail level, the diamonds generate more than 70 billion annual revenues, which helps to pay salaries of estimated 10 million people around the globe in virtually every country on this planet. So this definitely would have a big impact on employment. And finally, the role in community. A large number of jewelry sold all over the world. This is typical for some culture and regions such as India and South African countries. In addition, directly helps to the country's economy. Thus, it has a bigger role in the community. So the location that we have chosen is Botswana. Botswana is world's one of the largest producer of diamond. It comes second in that case. The country's growth is being slow in the education and healthcare sector, but the diamonds can support a lot of development and the growth of the country. Even mining here can provide large number of employments to the people of the country, which can directly help the growth of the country and the local community. Talking about the impacts that it can make, it would definitely help to increase country's economy, that too rapidly. It would generate a lot of opportunities for local residents. It can help to increase the mineral exports to other countries. We can make a great relationship with the neighborhood countries as well. Now we will go through the mining process. So let's talk about the types of mineral resources that we are going to discuss. We chose to mine primarily resources as diamonds in Botswana, which can be found from only primary deposits. The geology, topology, and the formation of mine, as well as economic considerations and any applicable laws and regulations in such diamond producing region, all influence the diamond extraction process. So we selected open pit mining as a type of mining. There are four major reasons for this. The first reason is that this method is very important as it has benefits using which we can remove large diamonds from the sources without any damage or broken down in any other crusher stages. Secondly, grease tables that we use take advantage of the truth that precious stone is basically a water repellent substance and remains dry. Thirdly, there's lower cost to mine, which means lower grade of ore are economic to mine. And finally, the major reason is faster production. So the impacts of this method would be the benefication of jewels addresses perhaps the most encouraging territories of chance. The Botswana Diamond Hub was set up to build up a practical auxiliary precious stone industry in Botswana. The diamond is the most powerful and the most powerful minerals for the country of Botswana. The number of companies are investing in the expansion of diamond mining in Botswana. Now we will go through the processed mineral resources. We decided to process the minerals far from mining site. If we process mineral locally in especially developing countries, in that situation, processing mineral offshore affects our profit in terms of rules and challenges such as safety regulations. It will also be difficult to meet environmental and safety regulation locally because there are various rules that we have to follow locally. Some of them are paperwork created by the government of any developing nations in terms of air and water populations, etc. The biggest environmental fallout. The primary environmental concerns are associated with ore extraction activities such as disposal of wastewater, waste rock, and release of mine water. Then there's noise pollution. Noise may affect the local wildlife population as well as the people living in communities near the exploration activity. Air pollution. Potential releases of volatile organic compound and other harmful substances. And then there's water pollution. In event of spills, potential releases of petroleum products or chemicals that could affect the surface waters and groundwaters as well as aquatic ecosystems. Impacts. Mining can affect the environmental and social life, which leads to be taken under consideration. Materials inferred from minerals are fundamental to the execution of about all items and administrations we take for granted, such as cellular phones, automobiles, and so on. Mining can be advantages to of many factors like economy, local feeding, international relations, and so on. Finally, it's closing time. So our efforts. We developed great sales representative team. We also developed a mobile application that shows easy to follow health and safety procedures for minor, which definitely improve their life and make the process way more efficient. We also educated and organized workshop for local residents for developing and identifying their talents, thereby providing them with job opportunities. Finally, the environmental regulations that we took care of. The environmental policy of Botswana is a conservation objective to maintain and improve all the main ecosystem, wildlife, and cultural resources, the control of depletion of non-renewable resources, and the prevention and control of pollution, and finally utilize the country's land resources, both grazing and arable, without long-term damage to the environment. Now we are moving on to conclusions. Finally, to conclude, diamonds are one of the most unique minerals to be present on Earth. With their incredible hardness and unparalleled shine, diamonds have made their way to not only to the top of industries but top of consumer markets. Our idea of diamond mining in developing nations is beneficial for the located country in terms of social and economic well-being as well. Thank you.